The illusion of productivity. Why multitasking sabotages your success. In our hyper-connected, fast-paced world, the ability to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously is often lauded as a virtue, a hallmark of efficiency and productivity. We pride ourselves on answering emails during meetings, scrolling through social media while watching television, and attempting to tackle several work projects at once. However, beneath this veneer of productivity lies a significant cognitive cost. The truth, backed by a wealth of research in neuroscience and psychology, is that multitasking is largely a myth when it comes to tasks requiring focus and cognitive effort. Instead of boosting efficiency, it often leads to diminished performance, increased errors, heightened stress, and ultimately, hinders our ability to truly excel. The allure of multitasking stems from the perception that we are accomplishing more in less time. It feels like we're squeezing every last drop of productivity out of our busy schedules. However, this feeling is often a deceptive illusion. What we are actually doing is rapidly switching our attention between tasks, a process that carries a significant cognitive overhead. The hidden costs. Unpacking the detrimental effects of multitasking. The negative consequences of multitasking extend far beyond simply taking a little longer to complete things. They permeate various aspects of our work and personal lives. 1. The myth of simultaneous processing. The brain's sequential nature. Our brains, despite their incredible complexity, are fundamentally wired for sequential processing, especially when dealing with tasks that demand conscious attention. We don't truly do two cognitively demanding things at exactly the same time. Instead, we rapidly shift our focus back and forth between them. This constant toggling comes with a switching cost, a brief period of mental reorientation required each time we change tasks. This cost involves goal shifting, disengaging from the previous task's objectives and activating the goals of the new task. Rule activation, retrieving and activating the rules and procedures relevant to the new task. Inhibition, suppressing information and processes related to the previous task to avoid interference. These micro delays, though seemingly insignificant individually, accumulate over time, leading to a substantial decrease in overall efficiency. 2. The productivity paradox. Doing less by trying to do more. The constant task switching inherent in multitasking leads to fragmented attention. Neither task receives our full cognitive resources, resulting in increased completion time. Tasks take longer to finish when we're dividing our focus compared to when we dedicate ourselves to one task at a time. The accumulated switching costs and reduced efficiency make the overall process slower. Lower quality of output. When our attention is scattered, our ability to engage deeply with the intricacies of each task diminishes. This often leads to more errors, oversights, and a less thorough and thoughtful outcome. We miss crucial details and fail to achieve the same level of mastery. 3. The error avalanche. A breeding ground for mistakes. Divided attention is a recipe for errors, particularly in tasks that require precision and detail. When our cognitive resources are stretched thin across multiple demands, our ability to focus on nuances, we are less likely to notice subtle details and potential pitfalls. Maintain accuracy. The rapid switching and divided focus increase the chances of making careless mistakes. Detect errors. Our ability to review and self-correct is compromised when our minds are constantly jumping between tasks. We are less attuned to inconsistencies and flaws in our work. 4. The cognitive strain. Mental fatigue and burnout. The constant mental juggling act of multitasking puts a significant strain on our cognitive resources, leading to Increased mental fatigue. The brain has to work harder to constantly switch gears and inhibit irrelevant information, resulting in quicker mental exhaustion. Elevated stress levels. The feeling of being constantly pulled in multiple directions and the struggle to maintain focus can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and a sense of being overwhelmed. Reduced job satisfaction. The combination of decreased productivity, increased errors, and heightened stress can lead to frustration, a lack of accomplishment, and ultimately, lower job satisfaction. 5. The attention deficit trap. Training our brains for distraction. Chronic multitasking can actually rewire our brains, making it more difficult to sustain focused attention even when we try to single task. We become accustomed to the constant stimulation and the quick dopamine hits associated with switching tasks, leading to shorter attention spans. Our ability to concentrate on a single task for an extended period weakens. Increased susceptibility to distractions. We become more easily drawn away from our current task by external stimuli. Difficulty entering flow states. The deep immersion and focused concentration required for flow become increasingly elusive. 6. The well-being fallout. Impaired mindfulness and reduced enjoyment. Multitasking not only affects our productivity but also our overall well-being. Reduced mindfulness. By constantly shifting our focus, we are less present in the current moment and less able to fully engage with the task at hand. This diminishes our capacity for mindfulness and appreciation. Decreased enjoyment. When our attention is divided, we are less likely to derive satisfaction and enjoyment from the tasks we are performing. We are simply trying to get through them rather than truly engaging with them. The case for single tasking. Embracing the power of focus. In stark contrast to the fragmented and inefficient nature of multitasking, single tasking, or dedicating our full attention to one task at a time, offers a multitude of benefits. Increased productivity. Tasks are completed more efficiently and effectively. Improved accuracy. Fewer errors and a higher quality of work. Enhanced focus and concentration, strengthening our ability to pay attention and delve deeply into a task. Better memory and learning. Information is encoded more effectively. Reduced stress and mental fatigue, feeling more in control and less overwhelmed. Increased job satisfaction, experiencing a greater sense of accomplishment and mastery. Improved mindfulness and well-being, being more present and engaged in our tasks, leading to greater satisfaction. Cultivating a single-tasking mindset. Shifting from a multitasking habit to a single-tasking approach requires conscious effort and the adoption of new strategies. Prioritization. Identify the most important task and focus on it first. Time blocking. Allocate specific blocks of time for individual tasks and dedicate your full attention to that task during that time. Minimize distractions. Create a focused work environment by turning off notifications, closing unnecessary applications, and communicating your need for uninterrupted time. Practice mindfulness. Train your ability to stay present and resist the urge to switch tasks when your mind wanders. Break down large tasks. Divide complex projects into smaller, more manageable steps, focusing on completing one step at a time. Be patient and persistent. Breaking the habit of multitasking takes time and conscious effort. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories. Conclusion. Reclaiming focus in a multitasking world. While the demands of modern life may tempt us to embrace multitasking as a survival strategy, the evidence is clear. It is a productivity killer, a source of errors and stress, and a detriment to our cognitive well-being. By consciously choosing to avoid multitasking and embracing the power of focused attention, we can unlock greater efficiency, produce higher quality work, reduce mental fatigue, and ultimately lead more productive, less stressful, and more fulfilling lives. In a world clamoring for our divided attention, the ability to single task is not just a skill, it's a superpower.